it is only April, and we are already starting to see severe water restrictions all across Utah. Some water districts are restricting residents to water just once a week. A lot of Utahns are wondering, is it even worth planting anything this year? Can anything survive with that little water? Well, Sheridan Hansen says there are perennials that need water less than once a week that still promise vibrant color and will bloom throughout our upcoming hot summer. She is here to show us water-wise perennials that still pack a punch in your landscaping. Are you tired of the whiny calls you're probably getting right now?
There are so many phone calls, and I understand.
Sure.
It's a big thing to ask for us to only water once a week, but we can totally do this.
Can I ask before we jump into perennials, which you've got a great variety, a great selection for us to get excited about. Lawns, I think, are kind of one of the big morning moments, right, as people consider what lawns might look like if I'm only watering once a week.
Right.
And I've been seeing this video of a product that is a non-toxic lawn paint. Like, you paint your lawn, I mean, because we were told the lawn is still alive even though it looks sad, right? And miserable and brown and yellow. Should we be painting our lawns? Is this the year we're painting our lawns, Sheridan?
I mean, if you have to have the green, then yes. But a lot of it is more of a mindset switch, I think, and just realizing that cool season turf, which is our Kentucky bluegrass, in the heat of the summer with less water, it's going to brown out and it's going to be okay. But if you just need the green, go grab the can of spray paint. It's okay, but really think about that it's not dead too.
Okay.
So
I'll try to go to that mindset and that shift of perspective, that new lens, but don't judge me, okay?
Oh, no, it's all good.
If I'm the crazy one out there painting my lawn. All right, speaking of that shift in mindset, how should we shift our expectations for our flower beds and our yards?
Right, so this year it's all about prioritizing what's most important in our yards. And that, like we mentioned, the turf is lowest on our list, but we can still have color, we can still have beautiful plants in our yard, and we can do that with some of these drought-tolerant perennials that do really well in Utah with a lot less water.
We throw around the term, and we're hearing the term a lot, water-wise. What exactly makes a plant water-wise? Is there a definition?
Right, so definitely. So these are plants that generally consume less water, and it's because they're either native to Utah, so they're native to this environment, they're used to less water, or they're adaptable to this environment. So they may not come from Utah, but they come from a place where there is less water, and we can use them here really well.
Often we go to annuals because they have that season-long color. How can we work, or can we work perennials to fit that bill?
We absolutely can do that. And the problem that we run into with perennials is I go to the nursery in the spring, right? That's when I want to get my bedding plants, all my things. So I pick up my plants in the spring and I don't go back until next spring. And so everything that I pick out that's a perennial is only going to bloom in the spring. So you want to visit the nursery spring, summer, and fall, pick up things that bloom throughout the season instead of just that one time per year. And you can have that color progression, just different plants coming and going in your yard.
So we're looking for stretchers or longer bloom, but we're also being more frequent in how we visit and what we plant.
Yes, yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Let's jump into your list of favorites. Dianthus.
Yeah, Dianthus is right down here on the end. So this can come in shorter, kind of ground cover type plants, or it can be a little bit taller like this one. This one's a variety called Fire Witch. I couldn't find it in bloom.
Fire Witch?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like bright and fiery and just gorgeous. So you can see it's lower to the ground on this front variety. It gives us that flush of color. It comes in almost like a carpet once it's established, and it kind of covers an area. You get this carpet of color that's just glorious.
Did you just say carpet of color?
I did.
Are you in marketing? You should be. Or if you peeled that off their packaging, then I applaud you for that.
There you go.
Catmint is another favorite you reach for?
Yeah, this is catmint. This is one that you can completely neglect in the garden, and it does amazing. So doesn't require very much water at all. You can see it comes in white, it comes in purple. We can have tall varieties, short varieties. I will say that the taller varieties tend to flop open, and you get this empty spot in the middle. So some of the shorter types of cultivars tend to be a little bit better if you're looking for, you know, something that's tight that you don't have to do a lot of maintenance with.
It's funny, as we talk about neglect, these plants can handle neglect. Normally that's because of our forgetfulness, right? Or our lapse in judgment. We will probably never think of our plants more than we do this year
now
when we're forced to neglect.
Very, very true.
All right, what's your next pick?
This is Hyssop or Hummingbird mint, and this is a wonderful plant. Yeah, so it's in the mint family. If you feel the stems, they're actually square, and that's a giveaway for being in the mint family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, things to learn. And it has a really fun aromatic type of smell to it. It attracts hummingbirds, pollinators into your garden. So if you're trying to get that, you know, supporting those native pollinators, this is a great one too. And it comes in these spikes that are just beautiful, and you can even use it as a cut flower.
Okay.
So double duty there.
It just hit me as we kind of played around and moved it. So all mint has square stems?
All mint has square stems. So that's part of the grouping of the family.
As we say, I was today years old when I just learned that. That smells amazing. It's lovely too. The texture is super pretty.
Yes.
All right, next recommendation?
This is lavender, and this has got to be probably my all-time favorite perennial in the garden. It is so tough, so hardy, but you got to pick the right cultivar. So what we look for the English varieties, the French varieties, and some of the hybrids. The Spanish varieties don't tend to do as well here in Utah. So you just have to read the tag a little bit, look at the zone.
Okay.
If you're in northern Utah, you're probably zone 6, 5, 4, somewhere in there. If you're in southern Utah, then you can use some of those Spanish varieties. But just make sure you read through the tag on the temperature requirements. But incredible smell. I love these long-stemmed varieties.
Really moody and dramatic.
They're very dramatic. So I like a lot of drama in the garden. Nowhere else in my life, just in the garden. But yeah, so definitely one of my all-time favorites.
The fragrance is just hitting me.
I know,
You kind of
just
work down the table. All right, finally, a quick 30 seconds on this guy.
This one is Penstemon. Penstemon is native to Utah. In fact, we're a hot spot for Penstemon varieties. A lot of different types here, over about 100 different types of Penstemon that are native here. But beautiful, these tube-like flowers that attract, again, hummingbirds, butterflies, things like that into the garden. Absolutely gorgeous burst of color. Comes in red, blue, pink, all types of colors. So.
All right, a good list of perennials you can count on to help us out. Even colors of carpet coming to our yard. I'm not going to forget that. And in general, rule of thumb, how much water do they need exactly?
Once they're established, so we got to get them established. You're going to hand water a little bit, but once they're established, once a week, once every 10 days, very minimal on the water.
All right, thank you so much, Sheridan. Before we say goodbye, the Davis Heritage Festival is coming up. Can you give us a preview of that?
It is. It's like our old baby animal days combined with the Davis County Fair, all on steroids. It's going to be so much fun. It's coming up in May 19th through 21st.
How fun.
And you can visit the USU Botanical website, USU botanicalcenter.org for more information there.
Okay, so we'll link you from our website too. Thanks for letting us know and the invitation, and thanks for being our coach through this unique season.